Welcome back, you guys, to another What's for Dinner. Hey guys, Kira here from 50 Shades of Mom, back to share another What's for Dinner video with you guys, and today we're sharing something a little bit different. So as I've mentioned, I've been trying more of a keto, low carb kind of diet. Now I'm not going completely keto, I am still in love with my fruit, so I can't simply cut out everything, but going low carb has really changed me. I am just at that 25-pound loss marker, and I can't say enough about what it's done. Now, dinner has been the easiest for my family because they are adjusting so well to just the meat and cheese flavors, and I still throw them some carbs just to accommodate them just a little bit. It's more mom who's being a little bit on the strict side when it comes to that. So I have a bunch of meals here that I'm going to share with you guys that are extremely low carb or completely keto if you are looking for those kinds of meals. So let me take you down to my counter and I'll show you what I got. So first up here is like a taco or burrito kind of bowl. This has been the most popular of dishes because we love all those Tex-Mex flavors. And this has been a great way for me to feel like I'm not missing anything because we're eating everything we were eating before. So at the bottom there, I just have some chicken covered with cheese. And then I have some fresh tomato and some cilantro, some avocado under there, some sour cream. And something that I actually did to treat myself, since normally we would have nachos and I would eat a big plate, I took 2 chips and I crumpled them up to like a powder and I sprinkled them like sprinkles. So when I took a bite of my burrito bowl, it still had a little bit of that crunch and grit, but I wasn't eating a whole plate of nachos. Maybe I had 2 by the time I was done with my whole bowl, as opposed to like 30 that I would have had. So I'll consider that a win-win as far as that was concerned. Totally a great meal. This was a low carb pizza bake. So I actually did this in my crock pot. You just threw in like a low carb jar of tomato sauce along with some frozen meatballs. And then once everything was cooked up, then you just topped it with mozzarella and ate it on the plate as opposed to putting it on some kind of bread like a meatball parm sandwich or something. And I just served that alongside with a salad kit. Normally I would have mixed the whole dressing into the salad, but now that I've been watching my calories and that kind of thing, I just kind of opened the packet and just drizzled it ever so slightly on my salad. So I still had the flavor, but it wasn't drenched in dressing, and everybody else did the same and we were good to go. But this was really good. I also threw in some pepperoni, so it really had like a pizza flavor and we weren't stressing any of the carbs. So here's a recipe that I'm actually dying to share with you guys. This is the first time I've ever used a pork rind. I was very intimidated by it, but it really is the only way to make a keto, so to say, fried chicken. And these are the corn tots. Now I love the corn tots by Green Giant way better than the cauliflower tots. This is my homemade keto ranch. It is so absolutely delicious. Like, I'm totally obsessed with it. I want to dunk everything in it. It's kind of crazy. But those air fryer corn tots are absolutely amazing. Kasori finally sent me a new air fryer, so I'm so psyched to get back to eating some of these things. And that chicken went right inside of it too, laced with pork rinds and some seasonings. I dunked it in egg and then was able to put that into the air fryer right alongside those corn tots, and it crisped up so good, and it gave that greasy, crunchy element of fried chicken without the guilt. So that was really good. The kids loved it. Daryl loved it. Nobody said anything about what kind of breading is this. So I consider that a huge hit. I bought some more pork rinds and I'm going to be sharing that recipe with you guys really soon because I think it is for anybody, even if you're not doing a low carb or keto diet. This is my egg roll in a bowl, and this is the one time during the week that I did end up putting just a little bit of rice or some kind of carb in my bowl, but I just couldn't seem to nail that whole egg roll feel to my plate without just a tiny bit of rice. So I did measure out a 1/4 cup of white rice and put it at the bottom of a bowl, and then this is the egg roll in a bowl that I made inside of my Instant Pot. So this was super easy. It was just throwing in a bag of coleslaw mix and then sauteing up some ground salt sausage. I added some water chestnuts because my husband loves that, and some extra shredded carrots. And then I added ginger and low sodium soy. And it was really just a little bit of sesame oil I drizzled along the top when it came out. And it just had that huge impactual flavor that tastes like takeout, but in a low carb version. And it had a lot of broth, so I was able to put that there at the bottom and kind of submerge my rice. And with every bite, I felt like I was eating a really delicious egg roll. So that was definitely one of my favorite meals. And so is this one. And now I was going to share it the last time I made it, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because it didn't come out as good as this clip. But this is a keto cheeseburger casserole. So good, just made with like diced pickles, and you make like a sugar-free ketchup and you put it inside. All of the flavors and everything make you feel like you're biting into a big greasy cheeseburger, and that's not really the case. So we really like this. I didn't even serve it with anything else because it was so heavy and hearty. I will put the link from Pinterest down below of any of these recipes that I got so you guys can check them out for yourself. But I need to master this so I can share this with you guys, because this was and will continue to be probably one of our favorites that we've tried so far. This is a stroganoff, and I know it probably doesn't look so appetizing, but that's because it's served over those green giant pasta sides that aren't really a pasta side. So those pastas are made with quinoa and lentil, so it's supposed to be like a way low carb way of eating some kind of pasta, and believe it or not, it was super delicious. This is the Alfredo kind. I thought it would peg perfect with this keto stroganoff. Now the stroganoff called for pieces of steak, but I tend to like my stroganoff with ground beef. So you just do it inside of a pan. Again, I'll put that link down below for you guys to check out, but it was really easy. It was just a matter of sauteing the ground beef and the mushrooms and then adding some heavy cream and some broth, and it just made this really rich and creamy flavors to pour over that pasta side. Everybody else had regular noodles, but I used that pasta side, and then I just served it with some steamed broccoli that I put a little bit of butter on. But it really was so good. Again, it probably doesn't look the greatest, but it was absolutely delicious. So now look how large my bowl of ranch is in this one. Yes, because why? This is the meal that killed my fryer originally, you guys. This is my chicken wings, and I have been obsessed with chicken wings in the air fryer because I could eat chicken wings all day, but if you went out somewhere, you know your fingers are covered in grease because they submerged those wings in a vat of oil, and it's just greasy and not really what you want heavy on your stomach. But coming out of the air fryer, do you see how crispy those wings are? I don't feel like I'm not eating a crispy wing from the restaurant. It's so delicious, dunked inside of that ranch dressing. I just feel like I'm missing nothing. These are the cauliflower tots though. Again, they're not as much my favorite as the corn tots. They're probably a little bit healthier as far as cauliflower as opposed to corn. And I don't feel like these got as crispy, but they were still good and a fun replacement every once in a while. But this kind of fried meal, I am just all about that life. It makes me feel, again, like I'm having that restaurant style. This ranch is really easy. I think I'm going to share that coming up really soon. And then my water intake, you guys, all I've been doing is drinking water. So I'm sure that is a huge help for me because I've cut out juice, teas, anything else, and just the water. But this was an excellent meal in my opinion. So here's that Reuben in a bowl. And again, probably something else that doesn't look so appetizing. I feel like things that are in a bowl or a casserole, which are a lot of keto meals, unfortunately, they just don't separate things on the plate to look as beautiful and appetizing and photogenic. But this was really good. It would have been better with that regular corned beef had it not gotten wasted. This is the sliced corned beef that I got from Food Lion, but I just sauteed up some of that cabbage in sesame oil. I placed that at the bottom of the plate, and then I layered it with corned beef. I melted some Swiss cheese on top of that, and then this is the Thousand Island that I made with fresh pickles and mayonnaise, and then that sugar-free ketchup. And it was so good. It tasted just like Thousand Island dressing. I was definitely missing nothing here. The sesame oil mixed with that coleslaw mix really does a wonderful, wonderful job. And that with the corned beef and the Swiss, I wasn't missing any rye bread. The kids had rye bread with butter, but not me. But I didn't feel like I was missing anything with this meal. That meal was spot on. This, you guys, okay, I promise, this is a recipe that's going to come to you guys really soon, but it is super easy. So this is Keto Barbecue Chicken Casserole. So if you guys don't follow me on my Instagram, I'm going to put it right here on the bottom for you. But I actually posted this on my Instagram and everybody was like, whoa, send me the recipe. So let me just tell you how easy this is. This was some shredded chicken in the crock pot for 4 hours on high and some chicken broth. Once it came out, I put a little bit of nonstick spray inside of the casserole dish. I shredded all of that chicken and I put it at the bottom. I covered it in that Hughes barbecue sauce. And then I layered some bacon on top of that, like 8 pieces of cooked bacon crumbled. And then I covered it, you guys, in cheddar and shredded jack cheese. That's it. Baked it in the oven, topped it with fresh parsley. It was the bomb.com. Everybody was over the moon about it. Barbecue sauce on point. I served it with cauliflower mashed potatoes. This has been like a huge thing for my family to drop one potato in there, just one, inside of a whole thing of cauliflower. They never know the difference. It holds it together enough. And we just served it with some sweet corn from Trader Joe's, little sour cream, salt and pepper on my cauliflower mash. This, you guys, was out of the park. So good. And last but not least is one of the meals that I was dying to show you, because this is a meal in the cookbook that I wrote with Vanessa and Nicole. So if you guys want to check that out, it's always linked in the description box. But a lot of those recipes, as I've gone back through, if you have learned how to do low carb or any kind of keto recipes, it is very easy to ketoize them. So this recipe was pretty keto anyways, besides the wrap. So inside of it is different kinds of cheeses, jack and cheddar, peppers, onions, some sauteed chicken, and cream cheese all mixed up, and you layer it inside of a wrap. I just happened to use those Mission low carb tortillas, and I only had half, so I wasn't killing myself. And then on the side, I made some fresh pico de gallo, and then a little bit of lime crema. So it's some lime juice with cilantro inside of that sour cream. But you guys, so good, absolutely dynamite, and it made me feel like I can go back to cooking some of the things I used to now that I have the knowledge on how to make them low carb. Okay, guys, so that's it for this What's for Dinner video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, any of the recipes that I had here, I'll have linked in the description box for you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.